Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of my everything that I colored in 2021 update. So if you're just coming across this set of videos, I'm showing all of the coloring pages that I've completed since I started coloring up until 2021. And if I say I did this one this year, I'm referring to 2021 because we're in the middle of January, but I'm still kind of stuck in being in 2021. So anyways, I'm going to start from the books that I have the least of, and then work my way down. So I'll be starting, so these are all my hard books that I'm showing. And there will most likely be a part 4. I don't think I can fit everything from these books and the rest of the books that I have, but part 4 should be a lot shorter than my other ones. But anyways, so this is Sagner. I don't think I completed anything in 2021. Wait, I did. Okay. For a second, I thought I didn't do anything in this beautiful book, and I actually did a couple. So I did this cute fairy, and if you'll notice, I've been recently very much in a soft pastel mode. So I used the pastel pencils for this, and then some, I think, polychromos for her skin. But I want to show, it doesn't really pick up really well. But let's see if I can show her. Nope, sorry, that's not gonna work. I want to show her beautiful wings. They're like so shimmery. Let me just try a different angle. Let's see here. Is a different angle gonna do it? Oh, kind of, yeah. So they're really soft and shimmery. I used Fine Tech watercolor pearlescent watercolors. Wow, that was a fail. And then I used just a regular marker to do these dots, just to because I didn't want to leave this blank, but I also didn't want to shade in a whole entire background. So I just added something interesting, some interesting texture, just to help fit with the soft theme. Let's see. This has been a work in progress for a couple years now. I love the flowers, and I'm just stuck on how I want to color this snake. But I think now that I have some of these shimmery watercolors like this, I might add some gold embellishments, and I think that will look really cool. So yeah, I do intend to finish it someday. One day I will. See. Okay, here's another. This one I did a few years ago. And this is just straight coloring. I just kind of wanted to see if I could create some visual interest with straight coloring. So I kind of made these ombres and mixed colors, and it was really fun, and I think it turned out kind of cool. I love these leaves. They're probably my favorite part of this picture, and I believe this is all Prismacolor. And this one I did this year. Again, I kept the background really simple. I didn't do anything to it. My kid helped me color this page. And I believe this was polychromos, and then some glitter gel pen on the eggs. And this one was like a whip for most of the year, and I just had to finish the hands. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do anything with the background, because if I do, it's going to be a forever whip. So I'm also just trying to learn that sometimes it's okay not to do something to the background. Some I think it matters more than others, but yeah. So this is the last picture in this book that I colored. This was, I believe, the first picture that I colored in this book, and I spent so much time picking the colors and shading, and this is all Prismacolors. Even the background is Prismacolors. Oh man. But I love these flowers and just the vibrant colors. If I were to go back and do it, I might change how I did her hair, but other than that, I think it turned out really pretty and cute. So that's everything in Sagner by Emily Lighthall Oberg. And I really wish she would come out with another book. Okay, here I have Fairy Miracles by Klara Markova. I love this book. I can't remember if this is the one that has a whip in it. This one I think is the first page that I colored in this book. So it was a couple of years ago, like 3. Wow, time flies. Was it 2 or 3? I don't know. But this is all Prismacolor, and I spent a ton of time working on this spread because I wanted it to be wanted it to be perfect. Like this background is all pencil, and yeah, I just wanted all the colors to be perfect, all the shading to be perfect, and I think it turned out really cool. And then this is when I first got my Albert Dürer watercolor pencils, so I was playing with those, and I think it turned out really cute. You will notice I do a lot of like purpley pink backgrounds. You'll see that theme a lot. But I just thought this little boy was so cute with his little firefly friends, and it was so fun practicing with watercolor pencils. Okay, this is one that I started this year. I think this picture is so cute. And I think maybe once I finish it, I'll like it a lot more. But there's just some stuff that I'm just like, oh man, I should have picked a different color for that. Or, you know, just things like that. But I think when it's done, it'll look a lot better. I just think with her skin and her clothes not being finished, it just feels really bland, I guess. So I do need to get this one done. And I think I started that one this year. That's everything. Oh, no. Okay, I did do another in here this year. I did this with my pastel pencils. And isn't this so cute? Oh, yeah, I have been all over pastels lately. They've been my jam. So that's another one that I did this year. Next up is Tenderful Enchantments, also by Klara Markova. And I don't remember if I worked in this year at all. I believe this is from 2020. Had so much fun working on this. It's a mixture of things. It's watercolor pencils and Prismacolor, so it goes down really well on this paper. Oh, I do have a work in progress right here. I'm trying to think, did I start this? I started this last year, so in 2020. And you see here, there's again that sky. I can't remember, I might have done the background this year. So I just have all these little fiddly elements that I need to do, and then it'll be done and it'll be super cute. And yeah, I just get stuck sometimes on those small things. So I need to like rotate between doing a fun thing and then a small thing. This one I did a few years ago and it was a major fail. Oh my gosh. Like, this part is okay. Everything else, oh, I wish I had Had a little angel fairy, or a little angel on my shoulder saying, Camille, pick different colors, please. But I learned my lesson. Don't mix blue and neon yellow together. It does not work. But it was all Prismacolors and some ink tints, I believe. Oh no, yeah, ink tints for the background. This is the first picture that I colored in this book. So this was a number of years ago. This is all with Prismacolor again. You can kind of see the background is not completely smooth, but yeah, I think this was my first Clara Markova book. So not bad for first picture in there. I believe there's one whip. Oh wait, no, this is finished. Wow. I am surprising myself. Yeah, so this is also an earlier picture. This is when I first got polychromos. I think this is like my second or third picture that I did with polychromos. Maybe it's my third. And I think I did it for a color along, but it was so long ago, I can't ever remember. But yeah, it's all polychromos, and there's that same color background, y'all. Yeah, it just feels magical to me, I guess. So yeah, I had so much fun working on this picture. And normally I find bats a little creepy, but that one is cute. Okay, here is, I can't remember what the English name for that is, but it's also by Clara Markova. I think I've only done a couple. I started this background forever ago. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. It's too long ago. This one I did in 2020. I wanted to try using a palette, so I found a color palette online that I thought was pretty, and I tried to pick colors that were similar to it, and I think it turned out really cute. And I love that I swapped, you know, the traditional, like, flowers are pink and this would be blue, and I made this pink and this blue. And then this is also when I first got my Fine Tech watercolors, so I had fun with that. You can see the silveriness. I love this picture so much. This one I did a couple years ago. Super fun, super cute. This is with, I believe, all with Albrecht watercolor pencils. And I love the feel of the paper after you use watercolor on it. This is when I first got ink tints. I think this is my second ink tints picture. My first one did not go well, so I was very ecstatic that this one went well. And yeah, the shading is a lot softer in person. I don't know why it's so bright red just right here. It is faded or shaded. So that's everything in Clara Markova's books. And I apologize that I'm going fast. I'm trying to fit all of this into 45 minutes. And I have a decent stack. So this is going back in backwards order. So this is her latest book that I have. And then the further back I go, the earlier the book is. And I have loved coloring in Luna. It's one of my favorite books. This is when I got my pastel pencils, and I was just going crazy with the pastels. I think this one turned out really pretty and really dainty, and it was so fast. I think I did it in one sitting. And I did that one in 2021. All of these actually, because I got the book. There was a spoiler for January's finished pages. Yeah. Here's another picture. But yeah, all of these were colored in 2021 because that's when I got the book. And I used a glitter gel pen on all these vines. And then everything else is pastel pencils. Again, pastel. Had so much fun working on that one. It's when I started getting more adventurous with embellishing things. This one, I love this one. I think I might go in and add a little bit more yellowy orange to here because I just feel like the highlights are lacking a little bit. But this is my first picture with my luminance pencils, and it was an absolute dream coloring with them. And I did use some other pencils because I only have the 20 set, so the color palette is a lot more limited, but they blend amazingly, so the 20 set does do really well on its own. And that is everything. Oh, my little one, he contributed to this coloring book. I was so relieved that it wasn't on like a big page or something. It's a page that I don't really care if it got colored on. And next up we have Flora. I don't know if I've colored very much in this one. There's a lot of smaller details. Is it this one? It has smaller details. Yeah, it has just like a lot of tiny little flower details. But I know, I feel like I have done one. Have I not? Oh. Oh, okay, I did. Okay, this is at the very front of the book. This is with my Tombora Rochetin pencils. This is when I first got them and I was trying them out. And they have some pastels in a couple of their sets as well. So this is my first set of pencils that was more pastel based. And I just had so much fun, and I just feel like it feels very soft and cozy. So yes. I need to write my name in. I'm always too scared to do that because I'm like, what if I ruin the effect of the page? But I just need to be brave. Alright. Next up is Botanica, which, oh, I love this one too. I don't know if I've colored very much in this one. Okay. This is what I started last year with Tombora Rochetin pencils. Also very pastel color palette. Very soft. I've been into like just very soft colors. Is that the only one that I've done in here? Sorry for the... Okay, here's the first picture I did in here with Prismacolor pencils, and it smudged the purple, and I didn't really feel like doing anything to the background. But I think my tulip turned out really cool. These used to grow in my yard growing up, so... And I love tulips. So I mean, that's why it's the first picture that I did in this book. And one of the only ones completed. But it's such a beautiful book. Next up is Nightfall. I don't know if I colored at all in this last year, in 2021. I did do this, I think in 2020, and this acrylic paint looks like velvet to me, and it feels so cool. And this, I believe, is polychromos for everything else. And then here is an earlier picture. This is also polychromos. This one is Prismacolors, and it's one of my earlier pictures that I did in here. I think it's really cute because these owls kind of look a little grumpy. And I love how the shading on this flower turned out. Just contrasted with the black background. Here's another one. I did this was a really early one too. I love lilacs, and I really miss them. I have not come across any lilac trees here or bushes. And where I grew up, they are just everywhere. So I really miss the smell. So yeah, I colored this. This was one of my earlier pictures when I first started coloring. So it's kind of cool to see how my coloring style has changed and progressed over the years. This is from a couple years ago. This is polychromos. I want to show you these nice juicy berries. I was so proud of these berries when I colored them, and I just love how it just pops off of that page. Yeah, I think that's everything in Nightfall. And then I have Twilight Garden. I can't remember which of the Twilight Garden or Nightfall, which one I've colored in more. This is a really early picture with Prismacolors. And I just feel like it feels a little bit dull. Like, it's still cute, but I probably would have richer shading and colors now. I like either soft or either bright. This was also a really early picture when I first started my channel, and I was really proud of using glitter glue on this ribbon and this like kind of a vignette background. Is that what it's called? It's really soft, but yeah, all the rest is Prismacolors. Here is, I think I did this in 2020, and this is Prismacolor. I love foxes, and I thought it turned out so cute. And this is one that, again, I just felt like it felt complete without having to do a background. Here's a mandala that I did 2020 with my Tombow Erosion pencils when I first got them and I was experimenting with them. Okay, let's see. I can't remember if I finished talking about that picture. I needed to help my son with something. This is one of the first pictures that I colored after, at least after I got pregnant with my youngest. And this is a really significant, well, for one, it's like a mama bird, and I was, gonna have another kid. But also, I was so drained of energy and didn't even feel motivated to color, so that was like a significant thing because it got me back in the coloring groove again. Alright, next up is Dream Race. This is her first book, and there's a couple of different other editions that you can find. This is with Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. I think it's really cute, and also kind of a funny observation. I always make my houses like blue. Almost all the time they're blue. You'll see that come up again. Yeah, right here. See? Blue house. I don't think about it. It just happens. This is also Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. This is like my favorite book to color in 2020. And I just think it's so cute. I love it. And it's so nice that it's single-sided. So if I do want to get a little crazier, I can. See, I did do a double page spread. What? Me? Double page spread? I did do a double page spread this year. Say what? I don't do them very often. So I believe this is Inktense for the background, and I was like, it's a sky, it's supposed to look splotchy, right? And then I believe this is the Tombow Erosion pencils and maybe some polychromos, but I don't know if you can see the like super soft. Nope, you can't. But I put in like super soft pink and purple and blue on these little clouds, so it's really subtle and probably can only really see it in person, but I think it turned out cute. This I did this year, 2021, and that's everything in Maria Troll's coloring books. Now on to Hanna Karlzon. I've probably colored in her books the most. So this is starting from, okay, let me do this. I want to go from her youngest book in order to her newest books that I have. So this is Daydreams. This is the very first Hanna Karlzon book that I bought, so I'm going to have a lot done in here. This is the first page that I colored when I got Polychromos. And I think it was a great page to do that because there was a lot of different animal elements. So it really helped me kind of get to know the pencils really well. I love the paper in this book. Let's see. I did quite a few in here this year, actually, in 2021. In this book, I want to do a page with that are monochromatic, so I want to do at least every single color on a page, on its own page, if that makes sense. I can't explain it, but like this is all green, so it's all different greens. So I used ink tints, I used Polychromos, and I think some watercolor pencils. I used a lot of different things, and I think it turned out really cool. This one did not take me a long time to do. I was going crazy, just working on it super fast, having so much fun with it. I think that's why I love doing the monochromatic pages so much, is I don't have to think as much about colors and where I'm putting them. So this is the first monochromatic picture that I did, with the exception of her skin, which I did add some very blue tints too. So this is all blues. And this is all with Prismacolor pencils. That's the first monochromatic one. And then this was a really early picture that I did with Polychromos. And then this one sat here for a really long time because I couldn't decide if I wanted to like make it tie into this one. Eventually I decided that yes, I wanted to bring over some of the same colors, but I decided to challenge myself. This side is Polychromos and this side is Prismacolors, because I wanted to see how close I could get to the same colors with a different set. These are a little bit brighter, just because I was more drawn to brighter colors as well, but also just because it's a different set of pencils, and I think it looks really cool, and I think they're really close. I think if I didn't say that I did them 2 separate times with 2 different sets, I don't think many would be able to tell. This was my very first picture that I colored in this book, and I fell in love with Hanna Karlzon, and I was like, I need to buy the rest of her books. So I did, and I pretty much, I mean, I always look at flip-throughs before I buy something, but pretty much she's an auto buy. So this was just with budget pencils. This was also an earlier monochromatic page. It was really hard to do the reds. So it's Polychromos and Prismacolor, and then I just used a budget black pencil for the background. I wasn't about to burn out my nice pencil because it took up like half the pencil. I think it turned out really cool. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Here's another monochromatic page. These are these mice. I did this, I believe, in 2020. Super fun. And then these were earlier pages as well. I colored this one, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta color this one, and I drew some of the same colors so it would feel like it was cohesive. This is when I first got my, when I first got my Tombow Erosia tin pencils, and I was playing around with them, having fun with the pastels, and then ink tints for the background, which I should have gone more intense on the ink tints, but then again, I wanted it to be soft and pale, but I'm still trying to learn how to like activate ink tints without it looking blotchy. With this, I think it kind of works because it's a background of a stormy sky. Here is a picture I did in 2021. This was really simple. I did not spend a lot of in this. The background is acrylic, and then all of this like zentingliness is glitter gel pen, and then I just shaded in with a pink polychromos pencil. This was super fun, super fast, and it's kind of like a pink monochromatic, and then I have black and white monochromatic. There's watercolors and polychromos. This is a pretty early picture. Wow. I have mixed feelings about this one. I think it's, at the time I thought it was really cool, but I don't know if they match as much as I thought they did. I was trying to show how you could create some cool patterns and stuff with washi tape on your coloring pages. So there is a color and chat from like ages ago where I show how I did this and I colored. And I think this side is Prismacolor, and then the back is like this coppery acrylic paint. It's kind of cool. Let's see, this is another earlier page. I think this is when I first got my polychromos, and I made the mistake of using polychromos for the birds, so I just used up so much of this blue pencil. And I use that blue all the time because it's my darkest blue. But anyways, I thought it'd be cool to do a rainbow, and then I wanted this to look like Dutch china. Is that what it's called? Where it's like that blue and white crockery kind of stuff. Like they were these, you know, birds to look at. Anyways, I did this one in 2021. This is Inktense and some polychromos and fine type watercolors. That was super fast, super easy. I also did this one in 2021. I did glitter gel pen on the roof and watercolor pencil for everything else, I believe. And this is just polychromos. Nothing crazy. I was gonna go in and do the background, but that didn't happen. And then here is such a long whip. I've had this waiting to be finished for the longest time. So that's Daydreams. And then I have Seasons, which I haven't done much in Seasons. I did this one, where is it? This one in 2020 for Halloween with Inktense, and I love how the hat turned out. I think it turned out cool. And I did this fox. I love this fox. This is also Inktense, and I love this dark purple background with the orange. I think it looks pretty cool. I think this is my first picture in this one. I just did polychromos and lots of fall colors because it's autumn winds. So it's kind of funny because most of my pictures in here are in the like fall section. Here is probably my absolute favorite spread that I've done of all time. I think it's beautiful. I spent forever on it, and I just get so happy and excited whenever I see it. All of this is polychromos, and I just had so much fun with this one, and I almost got burnt out on it. I only had like some little details left, and I was like, no, you gotta finish. And I did, and I'm so proud of it. It's one of my favorites. I get so excited whenever I see it. That is everything in here. I think this took me like 1 or 2 weeks to do. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. Okay, next up is Summer Nights. I think I only have done, this is when I first got Inktense and I was playing with it. So the background is Inktense, and the bird and the wreath are polychromos, and I think it's really pretty, but I wish that I would have made the background either darker or lighter because this pretty bird gets lost in it, but I think it's still a good page. And then this is when I first got my Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils, and I was playing around with them. I don't really like them for skin because they're kind of blotchy, but for anything else, I love them. And this was super fast, super fun to do. Oh, we're getting there. Just a few left. Okay, Magical Dawn. I think I only have a couple. Oh, I forgot. I don't know why I always forget about this double page spread. I did this a few years ago. This is all polychromo. No, oh my goodness. Prismacolor. And I was trying to make this look like the angelfish. But I think the like purple and blue that I put in here is too subtle. But I think it's still really pretty. And then the background is acrylic paint, and then I went in with a pencil and drew in all these bubbles. Oh, this has been in a whip forever. This, I was trying to show how you could get like a, what is the word? Oh, you know what this is. Collage effect. So I printed out this collage that I had made and then cut it out. So I really just need to finish coloring the bottle and I'll be done. I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, maybe that will be my mission for this year. Because I want to complete some of my really old whips. I'll make that my mission. Just finish that. Get that done. Because it's like that burden on your shoulders that you're like, man, I gotta finish that. So I've done this page. This is jewelry box. There's a lot of jewels in this one, which are intimidating to me, but one day I will overcome that fear. So the skin is polychromos, and then everything else is Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils, and she just reminded me of a character from a Jane Austen novel. So I think I watched Pride and Prejudice while I colored that, actually. And then this one I did a limited color palette, and I added glitter everywhere. And I think it turned out really cool and kind of like, this is not like my typical color scheme. It's usually like really bright, colorful, or pastel. So it's kind of fun to challenge myself with a color palette that I wouldn't normally use. Alright. Okay, I think I might make it. Spirit animals. I finally completed a page in here, and it's a double page spread, and I did this in 2021. I'm so proud of this. This is one of my favorite completed pages from this year. The background is acrylic, and then this is Inktense. All of this is Inktense. And I just am really proud of myself for adding this like reflection in his crown. But I gotta show, I use my Finetech watercolors to like add some silver bling to the dragon. I don't know, I just think it looks really cool, and I'm excited to color more, because I feel like once I color a page in a book, I'm less scared of coloring in it. Okay, my palette looks like it's gonna fall over. Alright, Tales from Midnight Masquerade. I have one double page spread that I've been working on. I just have like small details and it'll be done. So it's Inktense for the background, which I'm not super happy about, but you live and you learn. And then Prismacolors for all of this, and I think this was Tombow or Rochetin. And kind of the concept behind this one is spring, summer, fall, winter. So I kind of tried to fit their outfits with that theme. And then I have some shimmery embellishments. And then last, I made it. And it's 40 minutes in. Last page is this one. this is the second page that I've done with my Caran d'Ache Luminance. Oh, they are a dream to work with. So I did her hair and her outfit with pencils. And then I did these bunnies and her skin and the crowns with polychromos. And I'm surprised I didn't add watercolor embellishment to her ring, but I think it looks pretty good without anything shiny on it. But I loved working on this. This one, I just was scared of putting in a background that would ruin it, so I left it without a background. And yeah, I love this picture too. So that is all of my pictures in my hard-bound coloring books, hard copy coloring books. I apologize for kind of getting a little rushed at the end, and let me know what your favorite picture is from everything, and I hope that you were inspired to pick up some coloring books and add some life to them, and I hope to see you next time. Stay tuned for part 4, where I will also tell you how many pages that I added up that I colored in 2021, and then total since I started coloring. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Happy coloring, and I hope to see you next time.